On a sweltering summer afternoon, in a quiet corner of a small yard, a tiny figure lay still. Its thin, frail body, with matted fur clinging to its bony frame, looked as though it could be blown away by the wind at any moment. No one knew how long it had been lying there. All that was clear was its labored, irregular breathing, as if life itself was hanging on by mere seconds. This was Santa, a 3-year-old hunting dog, once a symbol of strength and agility, now pitiful and alone. His dull, weary eyes were just faint glimmers, hidden beneath layers of dust and the harsh afternoon sun. Santa lay there, unmoving, as if he had accepted that his life was coming to an end. But Santa's story didn't end there. A woman happened to walk by, and her look of compassion would forever change the life of this little dog. As the woman passed by the backyard of a house, she caught sight of the pitiful figure. At first, she thought it was just an old sack left discarded, but as she got closer, she was shocked to see it was a dog. Santa's body was covered in dirt. His matted fur caked with mud, and a faint odor came from his wounds, hinting at a very poor state of health. She knelt down, feeling her heart sink as she looked into his lifeless eyes. Santa's breathing was shallow, as if it could stop at any moment. Around him, fleas and ants swarmed, biting into his dry skin as if they were taking away the last threads of his life. The woman couldn't just walk away. She gently laid her scarf over the little body, trying to shield him from the scorching sun, and immediately called a few neighbors to come help. With the help of those nearby, the woman and her neighbors carefully lifted Santa, wrapping him in a blanket to keep him warm, and quickly took him to the nearest veterinary clinic. They knew this poor dog was fighting for his life with each passing second, and only quick action could give him a chance. On the way to the clinic, the woman silently prayed. She had never seen an animal in such terrible shape. Santa's entire front leg was severely necrotic, the wound discolored and emitting a foul smell. It seemed Santa had been in this condition for a long time, no longer having the strength to cry for help, simply lying there, waiting. When they arrived, the medical team took Santa in for an urgent examination. The initial results were heartbreaking. Santa was severely malnourished, extremely dehydrated, and had signs of a widespread infection. His front leg was entirely necrotic, beyond saving. Worse, his swollen abdomen suggested a dangerous internal problem. After an ultrasound, the vet found that Santa's uterus was filled with pus from an infection, causing prolonged pain and draining his strength. A blood test revealed that Santa was severely anemic, partly due to the infection and partly from continuous blood loss from his wounds. This dog's condition is extremely critical, one vet shared. Without immediate action, his chances of survival are very slim. Santa was quickly taken into the operating room. The vets knew every second counted, and they had to work fast but carefully. First, Santa was given pain relief and a strong antibiotic drip to control the infection. Then, the surgery began. The operation lasted for hours, with each step precise and careful. The team decided to remove Santa's infected uterus and ovaries, the source of his severe pain. Then, they amputated the necrotic front leg to prevent the infection from spreading further. Throughout the surgery, they continued to give him blood transfusions to keep him stable, as his anemia was extremely severe. When the surgery finally ended, everyone breathed a sigh of relief. Santa was still very weak, but his heartbeat and breathing had stabilized. Though his battle to survive wasn't over, he had crossed the first threshold of life and death. Santa was moved to intensive care to be closely monitored after surgery. The first few days were a huge challenge for both the little dog and the medical team, but Santa showed an incredible will to live. Despite the pain, he made an effort to eat and rest. His once lifeless eyes began to sparkle, as if he knew he had been saved. The woman who had rescued Santa visited him regularly, bringing little treats and talking to him, encouraging him to recover. Each day she saw Santa's health improve bit by bit. "I've never seen a dog with such a strong will to live," she said. Santa wasn't just fighting illness, he was fighting despair and pain. After 2 weeks of treatment, Santa was well enough to be discharged. The woman decided to take Santa home to continue his recovery. At first, moving on 3 legs was a big challenge for him. The first steps were tough, but he didn't give up. Step by step, Santa learned to balance, and each day, his steps became steadier. Over the following weeks, Santa gradually got used to his new body. His fur grew back, soft and thick, covering the scars of his painful past. Santa started to show signs of happiness and joy with a hopeful gleam in his eyes. Once Santa's health was fully restored, the woman found him a permanent family. Not long after, Santa was welcomed into a new home where he would be loved and cared for the rest of his life. In his new home, Santa quickly adapted and brought happiness to everyone. Each morning, he would run around the yard, play with other dogs, and bark happily, as if to express his gratitude. Santa was no longer the lonely, despairing dog he once was. He had become a lively and joyful soul. Santa's story is not just a journey of recovery, but a reminder of the power of kindness. It was the love and compassion of strangers that gave Santa a new life. This story is a testament that sometimes, with just a bit of care and quick action, we can completely change the fate of a living being. From the brink of death, Santa overcame adversity to find happiness, reminding us that miracles are always around us, in every small action, every glance, and every warm embrace.